Hello, good to see you. My name is Irvin, also known as Koboman. Today we're going to talk about some laptop issue. I think it's a bad battery. We're going to talk about wireless mouse and keyboard that are just not working. We're going to talk about a printer that doesn't work only on one computer, but it works on all of the other computers. I think it's a driver issue, but we're going to have to check it out. There's a lot more we need to cover, and it's going to be a fun one. All right, let's do it.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the new Kobo Man, working help desks tickets. If you're wondering why I'm sounding like Christopher Walken, I don't know. Somebody said on the somebody said that I sound like William Shatner. Somebody said that I sound like William Shatner on one of my videos. But that just reminded me that somebody also said that I sound like Christopher Walken on some other videos. I've also heard people say you sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Listen to me. I don't think I sound like that, but uh, it's very funny. Guys, I think we're going to work more tickets. The first ticket is I can't access the website. I'm sorry, I know this sounds silly, but I can't stop talking like any of those characters. At least I think I sound like them. Alright, guys, we're going to work this ticket. Can't access the website. We have in-house website they can't open. I think I talked about this in the previous video. We're going to skip over this. Those are the tickets we need to follow up at the end of the video. I don't know, should I'll leave this. I know it's silly. I feel silly. Anyways. So, my name is Irvin, also known as Kobo Man. Kobo Man? It's really hard to get out of this. Um, okay, so we're going to work help desk tickets as promised. This is a Sunday morning. Well, for me it's Saturday, but for you it's Sunday morning. So good morning, good evening if you're, overseas somewhere like in India, Pakistan, or on the other side of the world. I know a lot of people from India watch. So hello, people from India, and then a lot of people from U.S. Watch these videos. So hello, people to the U.S. It's kind of 50-50 actually at this point, which is amazing. And hello, the rest of the world. I see a lot of people from Canada, lots of people from Europe watch, Germany, Finland, Sweden, Norway, all kinds of places, which kind of I found it surprising. Maybe I shouldn't. Anyways, hello to everyone. Yeah, we're just gonna work tickets, and then we're gonna follow up on the 3 tickets that we left from the last time. I want to turn it around a little bit. So usually I do the follow-ups first, but I'm just gonna get to the new tickets first. All right, please do me a favor and in the comment below say hello, hi, or present. This is like a roll call in the class. All right. I'm going to assign the ticket to myself, and this one is only one PC enabled to print from the network printer. So only one PC is enabled to print from the network printer. All the other PCs are able to print, which is good. It's from Jean or Han. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name correctly, but thank you very much for submitting this ticket. Hello. Hi. My PC is unable to print to our network printer. We had a tech check other PCs on the same network, and they had no issues printing to our, and then there's the name of the printer. However, my PC cannot. We are using the latest PCL6 drivers, and the IP driver and the IP of the printer was used to set up the printer management. When I try to print the printer beeps like he wants to print, then cancels the job in the print queue. We can ping the printer's IP and in CMD as well, so the PC can see it. What could be causing this issue? Any help would be appreciated. So let me see what printer this is. If it's a PCL6 driver, I have a feeling this is an HP printer. Let me just do a real quick search here on Google just to see. But I'm pretty sure PCL6 is the HP printer. laser printer. Oh no, it's a Ricoh. But the PCL6 driver is, I'm pretty sure I've seen it used as an HP printer. This is some kind of Ricoh printer. I wonder if they are same as the HP one. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. Man, this looks just like the HP printer. Yeah, with the front screen like that and all this. Yeah, this looks like an HP printer. All right. We're using the latest PC L6 driver. Okay. And the IP of the printer was used to set up the print and printer management. Okay, that's great. When I try to print, the printer beeps like it wants to print. Then cancels the job in the print queue. We can ping the printer's IP and CMD as well, so the PC can see it. Wow. What could be causing this issue? Any help would be appreciated. So we got a situation, all printers can work except, well, all PCs work. And okay, everybody from other PCs can use the printer except you. So the issue obviously is with your computer. As you already know, this is kind of me just kind of repeating the same thing that you already said. So we definitely need to concentrate on that. I have a feeling the issue is going to be with the driver, and I know you've looked at this, and you looked at the PCL6 drivers. Now, what I want you to do is actually try to install global drivers. This was definitely the case with other printers that are of this type. So PCL6, let me see if there are Ricoh global drivers. Let me just see if they're available for Ricoh MC global driver. Okay. Ricoh. Let me just see what kind of drivers that we have. Make sure you pick the correct driver for your operating system, obviously. I mean, this one probably pushes the driver to your computer. So here are I know you use see there's a PCL5 driver, generic. This is what I meant to say, global/generic. This is what I want you to try. And there's version 4 universal print. And then you're using this one, which normally that would be fine. However, you can switch between the drivers. So if you, normally speaking, and I'm speaking strictly from using an HP printer of this type, which kind of looks similar to this one, you can actually switch between the drivers and try a different driver whenever you're trying to print. So you install the driver and you go to print, you can actually change it in the settings to use a different driver. So that's what I would actually suggest that you use. Use the universal print driver here. Okay, use that, or try this generic one, which is a PCL5. Try any of those. That's what I would do. Not much else you can do. I mean, I can talk about print spooler and all of that, but that stuff is enabled. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to install the printer. Just to point it out real quick to people who are first time watching my video, print spooler is in services, and if this is disabled or not running, you won't be able to install the printer to begin with. That's not what the problem is here. The issue here is most likely with the drivers themselves. We know the printer works. We know you're able to reach it. We know that it was installed using an IP address, which is what you want. That way you're pointing to the static IP address that was attached to the printer itself, which is great. You're doing everything correctly. You just need to try a different driver. And if that doesn't work, then there might be something on your computer that is causing the problem that's interrupting your printing, your print jobs. So I'm going to reply to you, and I'm going to say, hello, this is Irvin with PC support. I have your ticket about printer not working. I think this issue is related to the printer driver. If you go to the website for this printer, you can try global or generic drivers, which may resolve the issue. Otherwise, there might be something on your computer that is interrupting. Yep, I knew I wasn't going to spell that right. The print job. Please let me know if that works, Irvin. Please let me know if that works. To boldly go where no other printer has gone before, trying a different driver. All right. Wireless mouse and keyboard issue. All right, let's get to this one. Wireless mouse and keyboard driver issue. Occasionally, my wireless mouse and keyboard either lag or stop working altogether. Okay, yeah, personally, I'm not a big fan of them because of issues like this. Wireless and all that. Unplugging the dongle from my NUC and plugging it back in fixes it temporarily. Okay. I have updated all the drivers, replaced the batteries, and tried multiple different wireless keyboards and mice, and the problem persists. All right, to people who don't know what NUC is, let me Google it for you. It's not a regular computer. Here it is. It's just basically it's a computer, but it's like a tiny small form factor computer. So I'm assuming you're using it as a server, maybe a gaming thing. I don't know. Not many people use a NUC. I knew it was a tiny computer, but not many people use it. It doesn't matter. The issue here is about the wireless mouse and keyboard, either lag or stop working altogether. Now, I've used these before, these wireless mouse and keyboards, and over time they just stop working properly. There's always some kind of an issue. My biggest problem with it was when the wireless mouse starts losing control, like it starts spinning, like if I'm using the computer, it starts going like this, out of control, or if you're playing like a video game that is like a first-person shooter, and suddenly your guy starts to spin in circles. I would get keyboard not detecting the keystrokes whenever you press a button, when you press a key, I should say. And you have updated all drivers, replaced the battery, and you tried multiple different wireless keyboards and mice, and the problem persists. So, and the fact that you tried different mouse and keyboards is kind of telling what might be the issue here. I don't appear to have this problem when I use a wired keyboard. Can you please assist with locating the problem? So these wireless mice and keyboard, they use radio frequency, which is called, the short acronym is RF. So, and those frequencies are shared by many different things, including Wi-Fi. So that's what most likely is happening. There is some kind of interruption in the radio frequency. I'm going to say wireless mouse I'm going to say RF. Well, there are Bluetooth ones too. Yeah. So there are RF ones and there are Bluetooth ones. I totally forgot about the Bluetooth ones. I haven't used the Bluetooth ones, but I guess some people use it. I mean, that's your alternative. You can try a Bluetooth one, but I have a feeling that you're using the radio frequency ones. Those are same type of frequencies that are used by many things, including Wi-Fi. So if you have like 10 different Wi-Fis in your area, then those might be interrupting. Like even old phones, like home phones, they use radio frequency between like 2.4 gigahertz up to like 5 gigahertz. Like these type of phones. the wireless ones here, the specifically ones. See, this one is probably like 2.4 gigahertz, and then this one might be 5 gigahertz. All of this type of stuff, if they're running on the same frequency as the keyboard and mouse, then you might be expecting interference, I should say, interference. It's what they call a crosstalk, right? In the sense. So what's happening is that you're trying these wireless mouse and keyboards, but there is other signals that are using the same type of frequency that are interfering with it. And of course, the farther you go from the NUC, so if your NUC is across the room, it's not going to work. If it's kind of right in front of you, it's going to work. So these wireless mouse and keyboards, they're really good to be sitting on your desk. They're really good to be sitting on your desk because of issues like this. Even the Bluetooth ones, the maximum range on that is, it's supposed to be like 10 meters, right? 10 meters. I don't know what that's in feet, like 15 feet or something. I don't know. Maybe more. But even the Bluetooth ones are going to have some kind of interference or just signal loss. But I have a feeling if the Bluetooth ones would be better because not many things use Bluetooth, right? But if it's just a regular RF mouse and keyboard, chances are there are a lot of things that are causing interference with it. So I'm going to reply to you. I'm going to say, by the way, hello, Brody Stone. Brody Stone, thank you very much, Brody. I appreciate you submitting this ticket. Hello, this is Irvin with PC support. I have your ticket about wireless mouse and keyboard. What you are probably experiencing is radio frequency, RF frequency interruption. I'm terrible spelling, I'm sorry. What you're probably experiencing is RF interruption caused by other devices that use radio frequency. Yes, I spelled it correctly. Haha! English is my second language, so don't laugh at me. What you're probably experiencing is RF interruption caused by other devices that use radio frequency. For example, Wi-Fi, home phones, and etc. So just to show you, by the way, you can, if you have a Wi-Fi, if you have a Wi-Fi system that you have access to, you can actually go in and change the frequency that it's being used. So if you can run on different frequencies, what I'm trying to say, so that you don't have any interference. So a lot of people that install Wi-Fi, they will change their router or their modem to a frequency that's not widely used. And you can actually scan these frequencies and tell which frequency they're running at by using special software. And it uses your Wi-Fi card to scan. I forget what it's called. Backtracker or something like that. I think it's a Linux-based application that you run. Actually, there might be an app on the phone now. Actually, go through your like Google Store or your Apple Store and see if there is something like that that would scan the local, scan the local frequencies used, and to see which ones are used. And then if you have the ability to change that frequency for your device, then it's going to stop the interference because it's going to be running on a different frequency, different frequency wave, I should say. So you can possibly, well, I'm going to say the issue could also be the distance between NUC and your mouse and keyboard. Hello, this is Irvin with PC Support. I have your ticket about wireless mouse and keyboard. What you are probably experiencing is RF interruption caused by other devices that use the radio frequency, that use the same radio frequency, for example, Wi-Fi, home phones, and etc. This issue could also be caused. This issue could also be the distance. This also could be between the NUC and your mouse. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to close the ticket actually, because there's really not much I can do from my end. The other one I left open because I wanted to see what the result here. You can also let me know, and I would like to see that. But from help desk point of view, I can't change your wireless settings or any radio frequencies that are within your home. It's just one of those things. As help desk, I would just say use your wired mouse and keyboard, or try Bluetooth. I should have said that. Oops. Oopsie. Let's do this here. I'm going to edit it. Try using a Bluetooth. I thought didn't I spell this? Oh, he just wants the capital B. Whatever. I spelled that correctly. Try using a Bluetooth device to see if that makes a difference. All right. Acer Laptop will not power on. From Juan Perez. Thank you, Juan, for submitting this ticket. Acer Laptop will not power on. I have an Acer brand laptop there that is nearly brand new, and I had it for about 6 months, and it started to shut down randomly. It will power on fine, but after 4 minutes the fan will stop spinning and then it will shut down and not power back on. That's really bad. I put it on the charge and it shows charging fine, but now if I try to power it on while charging, it will not turn on at all. I have replaced the CPU fan and it still does not turn on. Well, it's not going to be your fan. I have replaced the hard drive and still will not work. I would like to know what else I can try to do the repair. To repair the laptop since it's not under warranty. So let's kind of back up on what's going on here. It's an Acer laptop, right? It's an Acer laptop. It's nearly brand new. I had it for 6 months. It's really weird that it's still not under warranty after 6 months. You probably didn't buy the extended one. I thought you had it like a year at least. It will power on, but after about 4 minutes, the fan will stop spinning. And then it will shut down and do not power back on. So, the fact that the fan is spinning, that means there's nothing wrong with the fan, and you changing it doesn't really help, right? The issue is with power, right? We already know that. I put it on the charge and it shows charging fine, but now if I try to power it on, while on charging, it will not turn on at all. I have replaced the CPU fan. See, you're changing things that are not related to power at all. You've replaced the fan, and still does not turn on. You've replaced the hard drive and it's still not working. So you're replacing things that are not related to power. Okay, so what can you do? First of all, if you can, I would try replacing the battery. Because a lot of laptops, especially newer ones, highly depend on you to run a battery. Now, you can take the battery out and then you can try to charge it, but and see if that works, see if it'll turn on without the battery. However, lots of laptops will not turn on because the battery is needed to create a closed circuit, meaning that battery itself is used as a conduit to run power to the rest of the laptop. Okay, so I have a feeling that the issue is with the battery itself, probably not able to hold charge, and it just collapses on itself whenever it tries to run, because if it's battery and if it's going bad and it collapses, meaning that it cannot hold a charge, the computer will shut down. And because it cannot hold a charge, you cannot charge it regardless whether it's being charged right now. But if you're putting it on the charger, right? You put it on the charger and it shows it's charging fine. So yeah, the charger is trying to charge it, but if it's not able to hold the charge, then there's doesn't matter. Typically, you would be able to power it on while charging, right? And it will not turn on at all. This basically kind of tells me that you are required to have a good battery that can hold charge, and that indeed the battery is required to create a closed circuit, meaning that it's required to run the power to the rest of the laptop. However, if it's entirely dependent on the battery to run the system, of course it's not going to turn on because the battery is not charged. So I would concentrate on the battery. Again, see if you can turn it on without the battery. I don't think it's going to work in this case, but I would concentrate on the battery. See if you can buy a replacement battery that you can return just in case it's not that, but I have a feeling it's the battery. Otherwise, there's some kind of, physical issue. Maybe you dropped it or something and the motherboard is cracked, especially where the connections are for where the power runs. Maybe it's cracked and then it's losing connection and it just kind of runs for a little bit and then it can't handle the current. I don't know. There might be some physical issue with it. I'm assuming you didn't drop it. You know, I'm assuming you didn't drop it. There is no physical damage. In this case, I would try a different battery. Be careful when you disconnect those, because some of them use a cable directly. Depends. I don't know what kind of laptop it is, but except that it's a Acer, But be careful whenever you take the battery out. Make sure you don't tear any wires. Make sure that the connectors are, because some of them you just slide in and it's connected, but some of them have a connector that's attached. So whenever you remove that white connector, make sure you pull it out correctly. Hello, this is Irvin with PC support. I don't know why it's doing this. I swear I'm holding shift. I think my right shift is not working properly on my keyboard. So it's not letting me do a capital C. This is Irvin with PC support. I have your ticket about Acer Laptop. The issue is most likely related with the battery. Try to take the battery out and then connect to the charger. Try to power on. It may not work like that. However, I think that the battery is having trouble holding charge, which is most likely cause of the issue. And I could talk about, I'm going to please let me know. I could talk about other things that could be causing this exact same issue. And that would be your computer overheats and then it shuts down to protect itself. This is a brand new laptop and it worked fine before, right? So it's highly unlikely that that's the case. So if you have a CPU with a heatsink attached to it, if the heatsink is not attached properly, there's no connection to dissipate the heat, the computer will overheat and it would shut down just like this. It's very unlikely that that's the case here. You can check that, and of course if it's like dirty and if it's overheating in some way, it could cause this. But you're saying it doesn't even power on whenever it's charging. I really think it's the battery. I really think it's the battery. Please let me know. I am really curious if that's the case. All right. I'm going to do this one here as well from Hasib. Thank you, Hasib, for submitting this ticket. I appreciate it. Windows does not update. Windows does not update. It gives me the following error. Windows is not able to update because there is an issue with time and date. I mean, this is fairly straightforward. Make sure that your date and time is matching to what your date and time is supposed to be. So look at your, date and time, and just kind of make sure that is correct. Simple as that, right? So if you're not having issues, like pull out your cell phone and look at the time, and then look at the computer time, and then change it accordingly. Make sure it's correct. Date and time, not just time. Date and time. And this is why, it's very specific. Windows does not update because it says not unable to update because the issue with the time and date. Yeah. So you can do that. If you're having issues with time and date, like your date and time is like different from what it's supposed to be, or it's constantly changing, that could be caused by BIOS battery going out. So if you look at BIOS battery, if it goes bad, this is super rare, but there's a battery. See, there's a battery. Here's an example on I think what this looks like, a laptop or something. Or any computer have these BIOS batteries. They keep the memory inside, sort of like you have a wristwatch that powers on battery, and it has a battery in it, and it keeps the time. And in this case, BIOS keeps the BIOS settings on there as well. So they don't go to default from a manufacturer for what he set it. So if that's that's kind of a rare issue, right? But if you want to get past that, if that's not the issue, you might want to try using Windows Update Assistant. I think that's what it's called. Windows Update Assistant. So go to Microsoft and Windows Update Assistant, and here we go. Download the Windows Update Assistant. What this will do will install the most recent version of Windows on your computer. I don't know why it's not pulling up now. Windows. I clicked on it. Well, here's the link if you're interested. It will probably work whenever you try to look it up. I don't know why it's not working for me. Oh, there it is. So you go down here and you download it, and then this will run wait a minute. Here it is. I'm sorry, it's the first one. This one is to install Windows operating system. This one here. So if you go to this one, update now, it's going to download this. You see it says here Windows 10 upgrade, and it's going to download it and install the most recent version of Windows, which in this case is 9.2.5.2. So if I go to search and type in WINVER, so WINVER in your search bar, it will tell you what version of Windows operating system you have. And you see mine is version 21H2 on this one here. Okay, that should help solve your problem. I'm gonna say hello. This is Irvin with PC support. I have your ticket about Windows update. Check to make sure that your computer time is correct. If still not working, download Windows Update Assistant, and hopefully you have Windows 10. If you have like Windows 7, I don't know, that may not work because this is for Windows 10. Windows 10 Update Assistant. This will install the latest version of Windows. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hasib, you can let me know, but I'm gonna close the ticket. But you can let me know, and I'm curious to see if that helped you. Okay, So let's do a follow-up on the tickets that we've done last week, which is see if we got any feedback. We talked about this one, which was I can't access website, and I said this issue most likely related to firewall or website routing. This was in the previous help desk video, so if you want to check that out, you certainly can. It's on my channel. As I said, I would suggest asking the firewall team to take a look. This and that, I didn't get any response. For those reasons, we're going to close the ticket so we can move on. Normally, you don't close the tickets unless you've resolved the issues, but this is a different setup here. We're going to close them so we can keep creating more videos and it's easier to keep track of, but never close the tickets otherwise until they're resolved. This other ticket was related to issues with a laptop microphone. I said, please make sure that inside the recording software you have your microphone selected as input device. I didn't receive any response to it, and I'm going to close the ticket for that reason. And we had another one that we were waiting from Tracy Moore about. I need help connecting to the employee Wi-Fi network with a cell phone, with a smartphone. I said, you may need to use separate login and password that will allow you to use the Wi-Fi, and contact the IT guy if you need help getting access, because this is just a Wi-Fi at school, and whenever you're trying to connect to Wi-Fi, sometimes you need to log in. Like if you go to Starbucks or whatever, some kind of coffee shop, you can log in, but they may ask you for your guest login or something like that. So it takes you to a website that you have to log in separately. I didn't get any response from Tracy, so I'm going to mark it as resolved. And those are all tickets that we were waiting for a response. These are the ones that we just did today. And that's it. How many unassigned tickets do we have? We have 9 more tickets to work. Hopefully people submit more tickets from the videos. I'm going to put a link in the description to this ticketing system. Please submit more tickets if you want me to keep making these type of videos. I appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of people also appreciate it as well, because it's a learning experience for all of us. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.